This is the third time I've tried to record this video, and I'm sensitive to it because I am going to move to Windows, and a lot of people will be like, oh my God, the guy is flip-flopping again. Well, first off with the flip-flop thing, why am I not allowed to just like try different things and see how it works for me? Why do I have to be on one side or the other? Why does the world have to be black and white? Why does there have to be day and night? Why does any of that have to be the case? I want to streamline my workflow. And the best way for me to streamline my workflow is to move 100% over to Windows. So I'm moving 100% over to Windows. And I spent an ungodly amount on this Razer Blade Pro 17 2020 in order to do it. It has a 2080 Max Q, 2080 Super Max Q. It has an i7 1075H. It has 32 gigs of RAM in it now. It has a 512 gigabyte system hard drive and 2 gigabytes of storage that I also put in. I'm going to give you guys pictures and talk about that. And if you want to see a video about how to upgrade the internals of this machine, then you can let me know down in the comments and we'll talk about that. But that right there, upgrade the internals of the machine. Now, I was thinking about getting a new computer. I was thinking about getting a new computer because my MacBook it's not a huge deal. My MacBook, it has a dent in it. It was on the desk and I was moving speakers around. I dropped a speaker on it. It got a dent. There's a little line in the screen. It doesn't affect how the thing works at all, but I'm really weird about that kind of stuff. And I've held off for many, many months and not gone crazy and not gone ahead and like bought a new computer. But I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity, a little bit of money here and there on Amazon, et cetera, to be in the position to buy a new laptop for myself. So I priced new laptops from both Apple and many different Windows purveyors. I looked at MSI, I looked at Asus, I looked at all kinds of stuff. I had tried a Razer Blade 15 before, but it was a Razer Blade base, and it was a 2018, which we all know now. If you know anything about the Razer Blades, the 2018 Razer Blade 15s were not all that great. So I don't feel like I gave it a fair shake. And so I decided after a week, maybe even more, of going back and forth and comparing models and looking at prices, et cetera, I decided it was either between this Razer Blade Pro 17 or a new MacBook Pro 16. Now, you might be asking, why are you buying a new MacBook Pro when you can wait and get the new ARM MacBook Pro? Well, here's the thing. This is a truism that's been passed down year after year after year, decade after decade, that has proven itself to be true beyond a shadow of a doubt. And as much as I will buy a new MacBook Pro when it comes out with the ARM chip and Big Sur and all that kind of stuff, and I will test it out and all those things because that's what I do here. As much as I'll do that, I don't want to rely on that machine for my regular everyday work. Why? Because you never buy the first generation of anything. Never buy the first generation of anything. You'll be a beta tester. I don't want to be a beta tester. I have to do work. I have to do it fast. But I did go ahead and price out the MacBook that I would want, and I priced out this computer. Now, I didn't get the 4K screen. I really wanted the 4K screen, but they were charging $600 for the 4K screen, so I couldn't go there. However, the MacBook that I would want that would equal basically or at least come as close to equaling this Razer Blade Pro is almost $5,000. And I didn't want to spend $5,000 on a computer, and I didn't want to buy less computer than I needed because I've always done that. And I've always backed myself into corners. I've always had not quite enough storage. I've always had not quite enough power. It's been that way forever. So I decided, damn it, I do this for my living. I'm going to get the best machine possible to do that work within like the $3,000 to $4,000 range. Now this model right here was $3,200. I got it yesterday. I opened it up. I unboxed it. I'm showing you the pictures now. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm all about black. I don't know if you know that, but I only wear black. I've only worn black since 2016. Yeah. I've only worn black since 2016. Every once in a while, I'll wear something gray. There are reasons that I decided to do it, but we don't want to talk about those reasons. One of the reasons is I threw away everything in my closet except for like 10 black t-shirts and 4 black hoodies and 4 pairs of black jeans, and you get the idea. I simplified my life. This is me simplifying my life too. This black aluminum is just, there's not another PC that I could find other than the Surface Pro 3 that has this kind of build quality. And once you go MacBook Pro build quality, it's really hard to go backwards and go like with a plastic laptop. I couldn't do the plastic laptop. So that plus the blackness, the blackness is a thing I really, I just, it looks so nice. So I don't necessarily like this thing here. I don't necessarily care about the RGB keyboard or any of those kinds of things, but I do like the blackness. It came to me yesterday, and I preemptively, I guess I paid more than $3,200 for it, because I paid the $3,200 for the Razer, and then I got a 2 terabyte hard drive for I think about $175. I'll put links to everything that I got down in the description below. And then I also got 32 gigs of RAM to replace the 16 that were in here when I bought it. And I did all that. I had the computer updated, up and running, new hardware inside, underneath the hood, all of that within the first hour. And I spent the better part of the last day getting this thing working. And so far, so good. I was able to stream last night on Amazon, playing Call of Duty Warzone at 100 frames per second with no trouble whatsoever in terms of frame drops or nothing at all. It was just super solid. I've been able to record. I've been able to do just about everything that I needed to do within the first few hours of having this machine that I need to do. I've always had trouble streaming from Macs. Windows is less problematic with streaming. Now, and here's another thing. When I was coming up and learning digital audio and all that kind of stuff, when I learned digital art of any kind, there wasn't any of that stuff available on Windows. Okay, it's just the facts. It's true. Now there's Pro Tools and all this other stuff, and Adobe works on Windows, and all that's great. But back then, back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, Windows wasn't really a platform for the creative stuff like making music. Now it is. So I decided I was going to give that a try, but not just because I felt like it. Part of it is I've just become so used to Logic, and it's been a sort of notepad kind of songwriting thing for me. I feel like learning a new recording program is going to help me to shake some things loose, change the scenery, change the product. This is a creative thing for me as well. So I'm going to get on Studio One 5, which just came out. And I mean, I've been playing around with Studio One a little bit for the past couple of years. Studio One 5 from PreSonus just came out. It looks really, really cool, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to check that out. I have had issues with Windows and audio before, but since I've been doing the live streaming stuff, I have had to fight through a lot of those problems. So hopefully now I will have figured them out to the point where I can do what I need to do. This is not me saying I hate Macs or Macs are terrible or anything like that. I am still an Apple fan. I still like the MacBook. The Mac does have built-in liabilities now. The fact that they took away the ports, even though everybody is adjusted at this point, the fact that they took away the ports really does make it more difficult and more expensive to run a Mac. Now, that's not a problem for me, but it is for a lot of other people. I decided to try and get this machine that can do all the things that I need to do, that can plug all the things that I need to plug into it. SD card reader, baby. SD card reader. I decided to get this and use it for a creative project, and use it as the one and only machine that I'm using for live streaming, for video editing, for music production, for all that kind of stuff, and see how it goes. These experiments that I do where I go to different platforms and try different things, I do it because I'm interested to see what it's like. So I'll be back. I'll be back with more sort of, I guess, reports on how it's going. You'll be seeing the videos that are edited. This video right here will have been edited on this machine, and you'll be able to sort of hopefully follow me along for the journey. If you're a hater, you're probably already gone. But if you're mad at me for, you know, whatever, I'm not saying anything negative about any platform, company. Every company has its good and bad points. This is me trying something new. Anyway, this has been sort of a rambling video about the Razer Blade Pro 17 from 2020, the 2080 Super Max Q version. Yeah, it's beautiful. And so far it's been going pretty well. So I'll report back with more news when appropriate. Until the next time though, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This has been Painfully Honest Tech. Tech, so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.